You're like a circle that floats around me, keeping me safe and sound. And when I fall, you tied a rope to me. You're blessing me every day. I was down with an illusion, like a sparrow with broken wings. But now I shine with your reflection on me. I'm getting back up on my feet. That you showed up was written in my palm. You are a statement, explode like a bomb. I get to push myself to victory. You make me winner. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win in every way. You showed me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win in every way. You showed me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. Yes, I'm the winner, yeah. 'Cause I'm the winner, yeah. Am I awake or am I dreaming? So far gone, I won't look back. And when I move, there ain't no stopping me. You're pushing me up to the top. I saw the clouds looking angry, but then the sky reached my mind.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sharon Campbell with the Plan to Prosper podcast show. I'm your host, and today is Tuesday, a very, very exciting time. It is August. For the move a couple months up. It is August, and the great thing about being August, I just want to let you know it's National Black Business Month. The whole month of August. All the things that you can do and think of in order to support Black businesses, every nationality on the globe, around the world, should look for opportunities to support Black businesses. I'm going to tell you why. Do you know there's over 3.2 million Black-owned businesses? Over 3.2 million Black-owned businesses. If you couple that with nonprofits that Black people are ahead of and making a difference and leaving footprints for the good of the economy and their community, that I would say is impressive. We live in an ecosystem, and whenever you take out any part of that, the system fails. No matter who is telling you to change what Black history is about and what slavery is about, just remember, August, the whole month, we are making a difference. But not just in August. The other 11 months also, Black businesses are just contributing stuff and nonprofits. We are also holding up the world. And I want you today, Google some of these Black businesses. Go on Amazon and put something in there. Buy you a book from a Black author. Clothes, toys, food, bread, vegetables, fruit. It's out there. Plants. How one to complete your driveway dump truck, transportation. Go visit a Black doctor, lawyer, engineer, teacher, art person. We have so many talents and gifts that we came here with from our ancestors, that was brought here with, and has been passed down to us from generation for generation. Generation. And my question I have for everyone, what is your legacy going to look like? And that's why we had a 12-part series on getting past stuck. Where the first part talked about building a foundation. That was the month of June. The second part talked about implementation. Put it into action. This is our third month and our last of our 12-part series, which is 4 Tuesdays. We're going to talk about execution. And why execution is so important is because this month is also the month we celebrated all these Black businesses that have executed their business to the fullest or their nonprofit and have made big difference. And I want to say thank you, each one of you, for pursuing your dream, your passion, for getting up every morning, open up that door to the bakery, to that food truck, to that consulting firm, to that bank, to that lawyer's office, doctor's office, architect, real estate, tutoring service, affordable housing, domestic violence shelter, homeless shelter, all of that you are doing over and over again. And we commend you for that. And we are not going to stop in August. Every day, 365 days a year, we bring our very best to the table. And it's just open this month. It's just an extra. It's like the awards, the Grammy, and we just showcasing all the great things. So let me give you some history, because your history is very important. Because people are trying to erase the history of Black people and what they have contributed. So know this, that I got some stats here that entrepreneurship can go back for Black people as far as the 1700s for free and enslaved Black people. 1700s. It's documented that we was entrepreneurs. We tilled the land. We gathered the food. We sold barter. We engaged in helping one another. We shared with one another to make sure the whole community was taken care of. The golden age, they say, was from 1900 to 1930, is known as the golden age for Black-owned businesses. Do your research. We had Black Wall Streets in so many states. You may be living in a state that was known for Black Wall Street. Google, research, talk to people. Embrace your entrepreneurship spirit, because it makes a difference. This is a fact. It has been established that Black entrepreneurs can earn over 10 times more than non-Black owners. That means other people that's not Black. If there was not intention to hold us back, to keep moving the wealth gap, and to keep the economy unbalanced. Yes. If hurdles and obstacles would not continue to be placed in front of Black entrepreneurs and nonprofits, we have the capacity to make 10 times more than what we're making today. That is power to the world. But what so many people miss is our world would be better if you would not place so many hurdles in front of the Black race. Too often, other race, which is the white race, we might as well call it like it is, have a fear of sharing wealth. And they rather have the economy plunge down than have Black entrepreneurs elevate the economy. That's sad. And we see that happening every day. We see it in the boardrooms. We see it in the government contracts. We see it in everyday living. We have to realize when you think, well, let me see, I am keeping the Black population down. What you really is keeping your own self down. That's why execution, these next 4 weeks, is so very important for businesses. Because Black entrepreneurs do work for white entrepreneurs. We do. When we take color out of it, the economy thrives. That's even in corporate America or non-corporate America, and the nonprofit as well as the profit. If you want to see a thriving environment, remove biased opinions and think about how do we generate wealth together. We would not be having this conversation if it wasn't true. So when white people say, I cannot find Black people to do a particular job, knowing that there's over 3.2 million businesses owned by Black people, it's because you have said, I don't want to look and I don't want to see no one receive any additional money but my race. And sometimes I want to limit that to just a few of people around me that's in my inner circle. Just something to think about. So I want us to celebrate this month and grow and thrive around execution. See, execution is about putting forth the effort to execute your plan, the order of things you need to do, or the course of action to be successful to generate the wealth that is inside of you. And I'm going to share with you, it is not going to be easy. It is not. You're going to have good days, bad days. not so good days, great days, fantastic days. But every day is not going to be great because that's not how life is. But if you continue moving forward, it will happen for you. You must execute. And you must ask yourself, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? Or am I slacking or procrastinating and not bringing it all to the table? So sometimes we own our own companies and we feel we could come and go as what we desire, but the money is not there. We get so comfortable with being our own, but our pocketbook and our bank account say different. I was at a conference and one of the speakers said, sometimes our pocketbook that we are carrying costs more than the money that's inside the pocketbook. That's deep, but it's real. So I'm going to encourage you to start executing. And it's never too late. Just because it's August and you have not met all the things you want to do, start anywhere, right here where you're at today. Because you can't change anything in the past. What you can do is improve starting right now. And make a conscious effort. Because bad habits came over time. And when you start implementing great habits into your company, you'll see the reward. And so you're going to get uncomfortable while you're executing what you want to do in life. While we're going through this journey, I want you to think about your mental health. Mental health is real. As an entrepreneur, a business owner, someone that's working 9 to 5 and getting off work and starting to coming out they get off work. Someone that's a hustler, whether it's a hobbyist, a nonprofit, a faith-based. Mental health is real. In order to execute at your fullest, you must be healthy. You must bring your best to the table as many times as you can. Because I cannot say all the time. Because sometimes you just don't want to do it. The burden of taking on the world view of you as a Black entrepreneur in business, whether you're a male or female, it can affect your mental health for you to not to execute at your fullest. Because whenever you take on all of that biases over the period of time, you start doubting in yourself. Why am I doing this? I just need to just get a job, clock in and clock out, and get paid. And knowing that that job is not going to pay you your worth or your value, and you're not contributing to what you know you can do. It can affect your mental health. When you see yourself in that position, get help. Seek out a therapist. Ask for help. Whether you're a man or a woman, Everybody needs a little help. That could be the reason why your execution is lacking. You can't focus. You find yourself thinking about how someone may be not treating you fairly, and you cannot produce the product that you desire. You know people have biases while you're in the room trying to do a contract or do a deal, and they get you off your game plan. You enter a room not being real or authentic who you are, but you must enter the room understand the game that they play in. And that's two different things. Understanding the game and taking care of yourself is so very important. It is important that these last 4 weeks, as we're getting past stuck, execution, and all the tools that you need, that you arm yourself with, and being mentally fit as part of the process, as well as being spiritually fit as part of the process. Having a higher power. We need to study people that is successful, and you will hear them over and over and over again talk about their spiritual belief and how they do yoga, meditation, and coming to their self. And taking time for yourself is not selfish. It is only saying that I need to take care of me to be a better me. And when you are good, your business starts blossoming, because you won't be internalizing. You will know. See, we know when somebody treats us ugly. We know that. We feel it. We know that. But how you deal with it. See, every action does not require reaction. So in my life, over the years, I found out that I don't know how to respond to every negative thing someone says about me, every roadblock people put in my way, every steal of my work, that borrow, steal, whatever you want to call it, of my work that you take without paying for it. Every contract that you said that you was going to pay for, as soon as you get what is the scope of the work, you go take it and Google it and try to do it yourself, or go try to find someone else. I don't hold that against you, because that will stop my growth and my relationship and my spiritual being. See, there's something about coaching and consulting. When you give someone a proposal, even after y'all agreed upon everything, and you send it over, until they sign it, you can't control what that person does. That weighs on your mental, because now you're spending so much time trying to figure out how to rewrite it, how to do it, for they can get paid, for they won't take it. See, you can't do anything about a person that's dishonest. You can't. It's dishonest. But what you can do is control you, and don't spend time on that. My daughter said this to me one time, and it's a great way of thinking about this. We was having a conversation, And she says, Mama, the good thing about how to take care of people, either you decide to take care of them yourself. And once you do that, that's it. Or if you allow God to take care of them, it's sweeter. See, she believes that God said, I will fight your battles. I will make your enemies your footstool. But when you start ejecting, God said, okay, you done it. So there's no need for me. That's powerful. But when you're going through, it's a little painful. So that's why you have to have some stuff hidden over here. So you'll be able to pull it out when you need it. See, the reason execution is important is because you allow other people, other things hold you back, get you derailed from where you're going. And you have not sometimes built your foundation and your implementation. So when it's time to execute, it's wobbly. It's like, okay, I'm building the foundation. I'm putting the boards down. But guess what? I didn't nail all the nails in good. So when I'm trying to, because I'm rushing, trying to get there. So when I walk on it, hey, it's wobbling. I didn't secure it tight. So when it's time for me to bring up the walls, it's not going to hold. It's going to fall down. And that could be part of your mental health that's falling down because you're not able to deal with it. So this is week 9. It's just to introduce you to execution and the importance of it. And each month, Tuesday, we're going to deal with something different. But the last, we're going to bring it all together. And we're going to help you build what you desire to have. See, our company, the Sharon Campbell Solution Group, we can ask you one question. How much money do you want to make? And how soon you want to make it? And we can help you figure it out, how to get there. That's why the Plan to Prosper show is this. Several people say, why don't you have more guests? Well, we're more of an educational show. I love going to school. I'm in some school, some class, taking something all the time. I think it's great when people have guests. I learn stuff from that. But I think it's also, I need to be able to listen at people that is knowledgeable in a subject that's going to teach me something. I need to take some notes. And so if you don't do anything else, write this note. Build yourself a strong foundation. Make sure that you take all the nails and bend them down tight. Move that around to make sure it ain't going anywhere. Okay. Then on top of that, put some implementation on there when you implemented it before you try to bring these walls up to the execution of having a house. Foundation, implementation, execution. You do that, your business will grow, thrive, and be successful. Be real, be authentic, be whole. Work on yourself. Find your higher power. Work on your mental health. And know this also. Write this point down. We teach a model called Idea 2. A lot of people call it DEI. I don't have nothing wrong with DEI. But I believe in inclusion, diversity, equality, equity, and advocacy. I believe you need all of that. And you need to bring all of that to the table. Because if you ain't going to advocate for yourself and you ain't got a group of people to advocate for you for policy change, to be at the table, to bring your own table and fill your own table, and stop hanging out with people that y'all on the same level. That's whenever you bring people to have a good time, not when you grow in your company. So if you are a 100,000 income, you need to be hanging out with somebody 2, 3, 4, half a million income. Yes, because that's how you're going to grow. So look at your income. Decide what income that you want to be in and get busy. Now, also, you need to be realistic because you got to execute these things. Now, if you're $100,000 bracket, it's gonna be hard to hang out with the $500,000 bracket because there's a lot. There's $400,000 in there, so they may be a little far up. So start looking around. So you know what? I'm gonna look around. Now study them, and your plan is to get there, and start your planning. Even may say, you know what? Ask people, hey, I'm here and I'm trying to get to $500,000. And the person may say, well, it took me 10 years to get there. You know, I don't say you don't have that time. Now, it may not take you that because they may be in different industries, but listen what they're saying. Because you may have to go back to school. You may have to get some more certification. You may have to expand your business in 10 states to get to where you put right there, to the $500,000. Do you have the bandwidth to do that? Always ask yourself, what am I going to give up to get what I want? And we must include that ideal model to get there. You got to get into rooms that you're not comfortable to do the execution part to income. Too often, the federal government and the states say, we don't have enough minorities, Black and brown people, that apply for these contracts. And there is a reason why. But you should seek out why. And then you're going to say, you know what? If you want to be in the federal, applying for federal money, and you see that's a good part of money, then what you do is say, okay, what do I have with my company? What type of contracts is out there? Now, what do I need to do to get there? One, you may have to build a team because that's what they're looking for. Two, you may get your books right, and they only look for somebody that have over $1.2 million, and you at 100,000, and you need to, well, you know, how did I ever get there? Well, you can get there. Three, you may need some certifications and some letters behind your name. Now, you may not be able to do that in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, but if your eye and your desire is on that, because you know that will yield you your big return that you're looking for, and place you in a position that you're going after, then you need to map that out and know it's okay that it may take you 3 years to get there, but the goal is you can get there. We're going to take a quick commercial while you take this in, and I'll be right back with some great other tools that will be to help you. And we are here for you. I'm Sharon Campbell, your host for the evening for the Plan to Prosper podcast. Welcome back. Okay, let's go ahead on. Let's try to get some more information in here to you because I want you to be successful. My greatest desire for the Plan to Prosper podcast show is that you gain something out of it, knowledge, and that you spread that to someone else. See, when we start helping each other, your bank account grows. And then you yourself grow. You should never go in it with the I. You should always approach something with the we. That's why it's so very important that you build teams, that you build a team that is diverse. That's what you are not missing. They have. And that you meet and bounce ideas off of one another. So your team could be from different industries, but y'all supporting one another. And you may not say, well, I really don't have a client for that person. But guess what? Being part of a focus group so the person can run some ideas by you is just as important. We limit ourselves too often. We have to move from wishing and wanting and desiring to execution. It's just like this show. I wanted to have a show. I was given the opportunity to have a show, but then I couldn't do this by myself. I have Mark Lee that's great at helping me craft this show and helping me make sure it's on the air. It's in 200 countries. It's on 8 different platforms because that's something I can't do. That's something that he is talented, he is gifted at. I have offered this same opportunity to other people, and they did not take advantage of it. Fear. They are so comfortable right there. Or say, I can't add anything else on my plate. We make so many excuses to why we are not successful. And you circle back around to them and you'll find out they're doing the same thing they was doing last year, the year before, and the year before that. But they talking to you in a way that you know that they are hurting to grow, but not willing to put stuff in place to do that. See, you're going to have to give up some stuff. And then probably a lot of stuff. So let's think about our President Obama, all that he had to give up. Think about Michelle, our first lady, all that she had to give up in order to be in the role. But after the 8 years, think about all the great work that they are doing now. It took 8 years for them to do this part because season. So you have to be prepared. So first he was prepared. He got prepared, but he started being bringing together community people, organizing, and he kept preparing himself to what to become the president. After 8 years, all of that leadership went into way more. It evolved around that we have someone with leadership skills, integrity, know how to maneuver in and out of rooms and spaces that provide hope for us. They haven't given up on the Constitution of the United States of America, the Bill of Rights. That tells us about the Emancipation Proclamation. That makes a difference. For us as Black people, we have John Lewis. We can go on and on and on. And we have to keep this alive. When we read Becoming Michelle, it inspires us. When we read Disruptive Thinking by T.D. Jakes, let me tell you, I read a lot of his books, but that book twice. I read it because it provides an insight into how to build an empire. See, there's nothing new under the sun. And the space right there in front of us. We get so caught up in the everyday that we don't plan, prepare for our prosperity. We don't execute all that we have. I'm part of a group, and you know how you like to write in journals, especially when you grow your business, you write your goals, your objective. So we had a group say, okay, bring all of those journals to the party. So all of us came in there with our bags and bags and bags of stuff we had written down over the years. If we would have executed all of that, we would be the journal that we had for now. Raise your hand if you was one of those. If we would have executed all that we had back then, from that meeting, we were only brought in what we was doing now. So the lesson was, stop creating something you already had it. Go back and implement all that you have. So the next time you have a meeting, you'll walk in with that one journal. Is what you're doing now. Not all of that what you didn't do, because all that money is still sitting there. You can just take that. If you said, I was going to write a book in 2016, it's 2023, and you haven't written that book yet, you need to get it out there. If you said, I was going to design a class in 2020, it's 2023, why haven't you designed? Look how much money you left. How many times have you started writing and designing it and left? If you said, oh, I bought this software to post every 30 days on Hootsuite, and you ain't posting, you paying them people $149, and you want to know why? No one knows you. You're giving a company $149 because you didn't do anything. And they're going to get your money every month. Whether you post or not, they're going to take your money. We got to stop that. We got to stop wasting money because it's dealing with our mental health, because we are getting frustrated and we're trying to find other people to blame. If you look online today after the show and you look at your bank account, it doesn't have as many zeros as you desire, go to the mirror and say, I'm getting ready to change that and fix that. I'm going to pour out all of those ideas that was given to me way back there and implement them now because they are still relevant. If you are on a platform, on this platform, PAR TV, and you have 200 countries that they broadcast to, and if you're not doing anything to reach these people, or get your audience to tap into you. Then we got to figure out why. Is it that you're not sending out your information early enough? What is going on? We spend our time on meaningless stuff, doing for other people what they won't do for us. They are not part of your team. You cannot execute with people that's not part of your team. You have to go visit them another day. Get a piece of paper, do something, and no, until you get to where you are. And it doesn't matter what age you are at. You could be at 50, 60, 70. You still is breathing. 20, 30, you still is breathing. Know your value and your worth, and hold people accountable for it. Have people to pay you. Now, you're going to have people that's just how they are. They don't pay their bills, and so they ain't going to pay you. Don't spend all that time trying to force them to give you something they weren't going to give you. It's just like the person that steals your scope of work. You talk to them, you're doing everything, you agree, and they know they're not. All they want is to pick your brains at lunchtime or dinner time or Zoom time, so they can go figure out how to do it. Because they don't value you. Stop hanging out with people that don't value you. Stop it. You are better than that. God have placed you better than that. You don't need to hang out with the Pharisees, Sadducees, and all them other people. You are queens and kings. You are trustworthy. And your bank account should reflect that. Stop worrying about what people are saying. They're saying it in a way, there ain't nothing you can do about it. They're not going to change until they decide to change. They don't want nothing. They don't want you to have nothing. Move on. If we will cut half the people out that's holding us back. Now, really, we holding our own stuff back, and we just allow them to participate in it. Stop talking on the phone when you need to be working. Get off the social media unless you're there making money. You don't have to put your whole life on social media. You don't. Use it to build wealth, to make changes, to advocate, to help people. People that's in the private industry should be helping people in the nonprofit industry. People in the nonprofit industry should be helping people in the private industry. It is part of the ecosystem. Now, starting in September, we're going to have a whole section. That whole month is going to be dedicated to nonprofits. And then we're going to have another month that's going to be dedicated to grant research and grant writing. So we did the private industry, which is 3 months, which is getting past stuck. And now we're going to do the nonprofit, and then we're going to bring it all together. Write this point down. 2024 is here. New plan, new amount. Let's wrap it up. Let's take a couple of vacations and relax. Staycation, vacation, go somewhere, go to park, do something to invest in you. Once your mental health and your mind is clear, you can become a better you. Because mental health is real, and it's holding too many of us back from moving forward. You cannot continue suppressing things, thinking that you're going to make a difference. It'll come up on you. It'll creep up on you. And you'll find yourself not being productive throughout the day. And then you go home and get into bed. You have talent, so much talent inside of you. And all of that you have written years ago, you don't need to write anything else. Get it, execute it, and promote it. Get out of your comfort zone and start executing. So, until we meet again, which is next Tuesday, homework assignment. Go to our website on Thursday, and you're going to find stuff about execution. Go to our website, and you're going to now on the blog, and you're going to find all the information that we talked about for June, the foundation, July implementation, and Thursday we'll have the whole 4 weeks about execution on there. There's a step to getting there, and that way you can always go back and get it. And the website is www.the my name SharonCampbell.com. Check out the blog. Use it. It's free. It's going to help you. You're going to get past stuck. You're going to start executing. Next, read. Read something that's going to inspire you, that's going to uplift you, it's going to keep you moving forward. 3, remove all dead branches off your tree so some green leaves can start growing. Remove all dead branches off your tree so some green leaves, which is money, can start growing. 4, pick up all those journals, execute them. Go build you a team. You're hitting like and you're inviting all these people to your LinkedIn and your Facebook group and all of that. Why don't you sit down and talk to them? You're in all these groups and others, and they from different states. You just don't want to just be on your like page, because if they're not showing up, then that's not profiting you or them. So let's work on that. I hope that I have said something to you during National Black Business Month around execution that will help you grow and thrive in your business. You can always reach out to us, share our website with people, share our Facebook on social media with stuff. Show up on Tuesday. Share. You never know by you sharing what someone will give back to you. You could go to my Facebook, which is Sharon Campbell Solution Group. You can look at the different social media that we're on. Share it. We're on YouTube. Go listen at it. And if we can help you in a way, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. Mark, thank you for showing up for the Plan to Prosper podcast show. I'm so grateful and honored to be part of our team to ensure that 200 countries hear about getting past stuck. Everyone have a great night, and we'll see you next Tuesday.